Assalamu alaikum Pakistan, मैं हूँ Erin Holland and welcome to your HBL PSL 10 analysis on behalf of Jubilee Insurance. Now episode 11, it's a biggie because dun dun dun, it is playoffs time. It all comes down to these last few days. Who will take the title? Well, the first two matches, Qualifier and Eliminator, will certainly give us some good ideas of who's going to make it through to the final. So much to unpack here. Let's get started. Well, playoffs time and Qualifier 1 is the first match we're going to deep dive. Of course, was between the Quetta Gladiators and Islamabad United, the two sides that finished top on the HBL PSL table. Now, Quetta Gladiators have been riding high after a slow start. They've won 6 on the bounce, but Islamabad only managed to win 1 out of the last 7 matches coming in, but had done so well earlier in the tournament, they had already managed to secure a top 2 spot. But what was about to happen in this match? Let's go back to the beginning. The toss that was won by Quetta Gladiators and they elected to bat first. Scoreboard pressure in a final. Oldest trick in the book, right? Well, it absolutely did the trick, didn't it? Dinesh Chandamal, the Sri Lankan who's been coming in for his other compatriot who left the competition, him and Fahim Ashraf built a very strong partnership of 95 of just 48 balls. That was in the back end of the innings when things were starting to look a little bit slower for the Quetta Gladiators. What a rebuild from the middle overs. That was 8 fours and 6 sixes in that innings. Quetta posting a total of 209 for 6. United bowling, well, it was pretty expensive all the way around. Aussie Ben Dwarshus was the pick. 2 wickets in his 2 overs, but pretty expensive for 31 runs. Salman Ishard, he's always pretty good. He got 2 for 34 in the end, but in reply, in the run chase, the all-important run chase to get yourself straight through to the final, well, Sahib Sadar Farhan and Rassi Fanda Dawson added 71 of 45 with 9 fours and 2 sixes, but the wickets crumbled. They crumbled in clumps and they were all out for 179. So that was a really emphatic 30-run win to the Quetta Gladiators. Quetta Gladiators bowlers were on form, absolutely. Usman Tariq was so brilliant in the last match. He kept his place in the side and he rewarded the selectors 3 for 32 in his 4 overs. Muhammad Amir, so good with the new ball. Managed to get something out of a wicket that no one seemed to get any swing out of. He took 2 for 31 in his 4. As I said, 30-run win to Quetta Gladiators. They booked themselves in the final, the first final since 2019. Power move of the match, well, we haven't mentioned him just yet because I wanted the chance to really unpack his incredible all-round performance. Because I tell you what, when Fahim Ashraf comes up against his old side, remembering he's only played for Islamabad United up to this season, he was a force to be reckoned with. With the bat, 45 of just 23 balls, 4 fours and 3 sixes, striking at over 195, just blistering. But then with the ball as well, the man knows how to back things up. 2 wickets of his 3 overs, conceding 33 runs with an economy rate of 11. Yes, a little bit expensive, but the kinds of wickets that he took at the moments he did, it was a truly all-round performance of brilliance and of course made him my power move of the match. Wild stats for this match, well, how about this? One Sri Lankan replaces another Sri Lankan and Dinesh Chandamal, well, you were a brilliant replacement for Kasal Mendes in this side for the Quetta Gladiators. How about this? 48 of 28 balls. Such an important innings in the context. They'd lost a few wickets and Quetta Gladiators were looking like they weren't going to reach that 200 plus mark, that they were begging to do so with a strong power play. He hit 4 fours and 3 sixes, batting with Fahim Ashraf in the middle there, maintaining a really strong strike rate of 171.42. He played such a key anchor role whilst accelerating at the right time at the back end and in the end taking the Quetta Gladiators to an unassailable total. The Eliminator of HBL PSL 10 is up next. This was do or die. Whoever lost this match was going home for the season. So much on the line for Karachi Kings and Lahore Qalandars at home at Gaddafi Stadium for the Qalandars, of course. All right, first things first, David Warner wins yet another toss. He's won 8 this season. Incredible figures there. Won the toss and chose to bat first. Scoreboard pressure in a final. Well, it's worked for everyone else so far. David Warner and Tim Seifert shared a 43-run partnership up the top of the order of 24 balls, 5 fours and 1 6, so got off to a decent start in the power play. Karachi posting a total of 190 for 8. But it was when David Warner got out that the wheels seemed to really come off for the Karachi Kings. No one else really managed to get going. James Vince, who's been such an important player for Karachi Kings, wasn't able to get away. Tim Seifert left begging a few. Karachi Kings posting 190 on what looked like a really beautiful batting wicket. Lahore Qalandar's bowling was on point. Haris Rauf, 3 off his 4 overs, giving away 35 runs, but all important wickets as always. Shaheen Shah Afridi, 2 for 47 in his 4, a little bit expensive, but a happy captain in terms of the times that he took those wickets. Well, here came the Qalandars in the run chase. We weren't sure if 190 was going to be enough for Karachi, but given a little bit of late order hitting, they managed to get to what we'd assumed might have been a big enough total. Here came the Qalandars. Abdullah Shafiq and Kusal Pereira added 83 of just 43 balls, including 6 sixes and 3 fours, which actually brought around a landmark figure for Lahore Qalandars. They are the first team in HBL PSL history to hit 100 sixes, 100 chukkers in only 2 seasons in a row. That is some serious firepower, and they're not done yet because they got the job done for the Qalandars. There wasn't much that the Karachi Kings bowling side could do. Hassan Ali was pretty good, 2 wickets off his 4 overs for 37 runs, a little bit expensive. A lot of drops went down in the field though, from both sides. Something that Lahore Qalandars are going to want to address heading into the next match is a bit of sloppiness in the field. I don't know if it was the lights being difficult. It was quite windy last night as well. Perhaps it was hard to see the ball, but we did see a lot of catches go down. So a lot to work on for Lahore Qalandars. They'll be so happy that they managed to chase down the Karachi Kings. They belted them out of the tournament. How good to do that to your arch nemesis, hey? And they won by 6 wickets in the end. Congratulations, Lahore Qalandars. They live to fight another day. Power move of the match, well, look no further than this superstar at the top of the order. Congratulations to Abdullah Shafiq, 65 of 35 balls, a welcome return to form. We know what an important player he is for Lahore Qalandars, bringing up 1,000 runs for Qalandars in the HBL PSL. Just the second guy to do that in Qalandars, behind a certain man called Fakhar Zaman. But he was brilliant in this inning, 3 fours, 5 sixes, striking it over 185 in this match. He was so explosive and it truly provided a platform to break the back of that run chase and was a huge part of Lahore's success. Wild stance for this match, let's give it to the fiery tearaway quick from Lahore Qalandars. Of course, I mean Haris Rauf, Mr. 150 clicks per hour. Well, he was brilliant in this match. 3 wickets off his 4 overs, conceding 35 runs, but that gives you an economy rate of 8.75, and given how good the wicket was in this match, I think that's absolutely sensational. What a find he's been for Lahore Qalandars across the years, coming through that Development Pathways program. I think it's such an inspiration for so many young kids all around the country. You just never know where HBL PSL is going to take you. Wonderful to see him back in some incredible form this season, and the crucial breakthroughs he certainly made them for Lahore Qalandars that stalled Karachi's momentum and ultimately brought around their downfall. What an episode of HBL PSL 10 match analysis thanks to Jubilee Insurance we've just seen. Guys, the action is just getting hotter and hotter. You're not going to want to miss next episode because, of course, we'll be discussing the last 2 matches of the season. It all comes down to this. So keep watching. There's still so much more to unpack here. My name is Erin Holland, and I'll see you next episode. If Dakar Ahmed is 33 and I'm 36, I'm going to eat this table. And he was brilliant with his 2 for 30. Oh, I got that wrong, sorry. I'm the wrong one.